Hey, what's going on, you crazy kitty cats? It's Elder here. Before we get into the video, I wanted to announce something pretty special for you guys. During the week each week, I plan on uploading a Beyond the Vault video, and every weekend I'll still have my regular analysis videos. With all the support I've been getting and all the positive feedback, I want to strive to give you guys more, and I'm excited with the new schedule moving forward. With that being said, let's dive right into today's topic, cursed music. As far back as the 1700s with classical violin pieces, all the way up to the modern day 2018 with rap artists and rock performers, people have given quite similar stories pertaining to the devil, whoever they think that may be. And many times, they believe they either got their start in music, or at the very least success, due to having a deal with the Prince of Darkness himself, with the price being normally their soul. Now, if this in and of itself isn't strange enough, there have been compelling accounts of people regretting a deal that they supposedly had with the devil, with some artists going as far to kill themselves over the 300 plus years of documented supposed devil deals. So what could be going on here? For this to be so rampant over such a large amount of years is quite strange, to be honest. And the amount of musical success many of these soul-selling artists have is certainly nothing to scoff at. So I'm going through 5 of the strangest and most compelling stories throughout history of artists striking up deals with the Prince of Darkness himself. The Devil's Trill was a violin piece said to be done by the devil himself. It remains to this day one of the hardest violin pieces in the world, despite being composed over 300 years ago in 1713. Tartini, the song's composer, claimed something like this. One night, he claimed to have had a dream in which he made a pact with the devil himself. He believed he was able to ask the devil to do anything and have any wish granted for that night. Tartini gave the devil his violin, and he said that the devil played something unlike anything he had ever heard or believed was possible. As soon as he woke from the dream, he attempted to replicate it as fast as possible while it would still be fresh in his memory. Despite being one of the most complex violin pieces in history, and garnering him incredible fame, he said all of his effort was in vain, and that what he played was not even comparable to what he had heard the devil play. And the final sonata was so bad in comparison that he wanted to break his violin and quit music forever. When you add this, with the various legends surrounding his death, it creates quite a compelling story, with many saying his eventual death was suicide over never being able to replicate what he heard properly. Robert Johnson is revered by many to be the father of most blues guitar music. Due to his extreme talent spike in such a short amount of time, many people believe that he had to deal with the devil himself, and there are quite a few tales of Johnson's supposed pact. As he was struggling for money in such troubling times for America, he believes to have met what could only be described as Satan. At a crossroads in Mississippi, he was approached by a man that was listening to his guitar. Soon after, Johnson explained to the man that he wanted to be the best blues player in the world. Soon after, the man grabbed his guitar, tuned it, played a song, and supposedly gifted Johnson with the skills that would later have him widely revered as one of the greatest blues players of all time. Not only did Johnson reference the devil many times in his music throughout his career, he also died at age 27, as many other artists do, only adding fuel to this supposed pact with the devil. Niccolò Paganini is one of the most revered violinists in the world, and laid groundwork for the violin that's still being utilized to this day. Paganini was said to be so good at the violin and have such proficiency that he didn't use physical music and only played from memory, which is unheard of at the time. Even more so, his music was said to be so complex and evil sounding that many people refused to listen to it for fear of going to hell. Now, in the 1700s, many people believed various things on religious grounds or otherwise that prompted pretty heinous acts. But the staggering technical proficiency that he had was nothing to gawk at. There are also plenty of stories of lightning striking him while performing, him finishing an entire concert with only one string left on his violin, among various other things. When you add this with that every priest in Italy was too afraid to bury his body for fear of encountering the devil himself, the story's an interesting one, and it really makes you think. Gloomy Sunday was a song written in the early 30s by Hungarian Ceres and Havor. The song is written about Ceres's girlfriend who committed suicide, and it's a pretty slow and dreary song overall. What's strange is, when it was first released, authorities tied the song to an uptick of suicides, and went as far to ban the song from being played either in radio or in public nationwide. Now, this in and of itself isn't strange, and superstition isn't unheard of in Norway. However, the song was also recorded later by Paul Robeson, and more importantly, Billie Holiday, and each time it was released, suicides increased in frequency almost to an alarming amount, to the point where the BBC banned Holiday's song from the airwaves. The song is theorized to have some kind of satanic correlation, or just potentially be cursed in general. Now, whether this was just due to the emotions that a depressing song causes, or if something more supernatural was happening, is up to you. But this amount of suicides tied to a song certainly does catch your attention. Jimmy Page was one of the greatest guitarists of all time, playing for Led Zeppelin and garnering much success in the rock industry at that time. Now, one thing I noticed when looking at all of these instances of cursed music or musicians is that many times these allegations, either by the person or others, is in a new kind of misunderstood genre, and generally people just chalk up their success as the work of Satan, as they have no other explanation. However, there are many allegations that Page was tied to devil worshipping, and that he made a pact with the devil for his musical success. These rumors were only perpetuated more when Page brought home the infamous occultist Aleister Crowley, and that he bought the home because a church burned down on the property. Now, it's unclear whether or not he believes he made a pact with the Prince of Darkness himself, but his ties to the occult are something certainly interesting to think about, and many occultists generally claim at least some responsibility in Page's musical success. Now, as I've said before, regardless of where you stand or what you believe, it is very interesting to think about all of the musical success many people have had that claim to have dealt with the devil. Is this just a strange coincidence that reports like these are so widespread? Or is something potentially more sinister going on here? Be sure to tell me what you guys think in the comments section below. Now, normally I wouldn't do something like this, but this has been very heavily requested, and whether there are ties from music to the occult is up for you guys to decide. Thank you guys all for stopping by. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell by my subscribe button to get notified when I upload. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter, links are in the description. I hope you guys are having a great week. An analysis video 4 weeks in the making hopefully should be coming out on Sunday. I love you guys. Peace.